Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am Victorine Bih Takwe. I am a Cameroonian. I am based in Cameroon and I share my experiences with you all. Like, I reached out to a few of my classmates and I asked them to share some of their experiences with me back in boarding school. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you all my experiences in boarding school. Let's just jump right into the video. I went to a boarding school in Cameroon. It's called St. Joseph's Catholic Comprehensive College, Mbengui. I spent 7 whole years in this school, like from 1 to upper 6 in one school just behind my house. Let me just start saying this now. It was very traumatic for me because when you are in school, if you look carefully, you see our house. You see how smoke is coming out from my mother's kitchen. I was always hungry. I don't want to think about it. I just think about going back to boarding school. I'm like, no. I can't go through this kind of hunger and pain and stress again ever in my life. No. I came up with like a questionnaire I shared with my classmates. I asked each of them, like a few that wanted to share their experiences, to share an experience or a story on that question. The first question was compulsory. It says, what boarding school did you go to? I just said it, St. Joseph's Catholic Comprehensive College in Mbengui. What things were considered abominations or robbing in school? Now, this is something that you need to know about my school. You would think that because your father is paying much school fee, you're going to be an ajabota and you're going to have life very easy. But no. It was a rich school for strong people. Now let me explain, okay? Now, the rich school for soft people, you have lords. Taxi. One chance is Molaiko, okay? That's for lords. And I know somebody's going to kill me. Another rich school for soft people is Seka. The rich school for Ajabota boys, Sacred Heart, Saiko, and Sase. BHS people, CPC people, and PSS people. Hood people. Let me not just go off topic. Let me just get back into the video. So in my school, you had to be a straight person. Serious. You did not have any excuse to be emotionally weak. You had to be strong. They didn't care about your background. They didn't care if you had like heart problem or liver or kidney problem. When you come to school, you have to be tough. Okay? You have to be tough. Many things were considered as robbing. You just do like a particular move several times, they just put you in one clique. It has a way to mess up with your upbringing. Oh my god. Now, the first thing that was considered robbing in my school, if they catch you eating potato, they'll give you name patat. I beg somebody remind me in the comment section, who were they calling patat? If they catch you drinking tea, like they give you a name. If they catch you eating spaghetti, they call you spaga. When we came to Form 1, we had like lockers where you put your spoons, like a pantry where you keep your spoons, but it had keys because people used to steal from other people. Form 1 and Form 2, your morning function is washing plates, washing spoons. It was terrible. I always had spoons in my pocket because I don't want to keep my spoons in the locker, because when you keep your spoons in the locker, people will come and steal it, and then during lunch, if people don't have spoons to eat, you're in trouble. You're in big trouble. Form 1 and Form 2 was very stressful for me. I don't even want to. That's one of the reasons I don't want to go back to secondary school. Like, you have 15 spoons in your safari pocket. We used to call our uniform, our prep uniform, safari, and you're going for prayers. If one spoon falls, like during prayers, you just hear bling. Like the whole school, everybody will just turn and start laughing at you, and you cry. This was something very notorious about St. Joseph. They laugh at people. They laugh at you. They laugh at you for wearing the right uniform. Like, there was some time I wore a sobo. Guys, sobo sandals is 8,000 francs or 10,000 francs. The school used to give pleated skirts, and then the big girls will wear like A skirts, straight skirts, tie bars, fish skirts. I wore a sobo and pleated skirt in Form 3. I came to class late. Ngubi Maximilian was sitting first bench. As I remember vividly, chemistry class, I was entering, Mr. Dula was like, kneel down, crawl to your desk. As I was crawling, Ngubi Maximilian just looked down and saw Sobo. He said, hey, Sobo. That's how the whole class, everybody laughed at me like, I am not yet forgiving you for that thing. So there's so many things that were rubbing in my school. So many things that are normal, like, it's cold in the morning, I want to drink tea. But if they catch you drinking tea, you don't have to eat too much. You're not allowed to take bread out of the refectory. You put your bread under your armpit, or you put it in between your laps, or you twist it and put it in your bra. Like, you need to go out with it, because if you eat your bread there during break or something, you will not have something to eat. And man was hungry, very, very hungry. So we just spied one of our classmates. He took his bread and he put it all in his mouth. He ate that. New nickname, Big Bite. Hey! We just call it Big Bite.
Hi guys, my name is Cariton, and I'm here to share my experience going to a boarding school. I went to two boarding schools, St. Joseph and St. Mary's. I went to St. Joseph from 1 to 5. So the first question I'd like to answer is a question of the most embarrassing thing that can happen to you in a boarding school, and that is you falling in public. It doesn't matter what happens, you slide on something or you mistakenly fall down. Now imagine you doing that, and the first reaction is not to check on you if you're hurt or if something is wrong with you, but imagine over 500 people start laughing at you. To me, it's a situation that you never want to find yourself in. When I was in Form 1 and it was a visiting Sunday, and you know when you go to a boarding school in Form 1 and the first visiting Sunday, you are anxious because it's basically the first time you're separated from your parents, so you're really expecting your parents to come visit you. You want to feel that hug, you want to feel the food they will bring to you, you want everything, you know. You're so anxious and you're looking up to that day. So throughout that week before the visiting Sunday, you make sure your things are well organized, your uniforms are clean, your bed sheets are washed, your towels, everything is set, so that when your parents come, they will see you like, oh, you're responsible, you're taking good care of yourself. And so throughout that week, there is an anxiety that builds up, you know, expecting to see your parents on that Sunday. And what mostly happens on the Sunday morning when the visiting starts is that most of the Form 1 students, they go and wait in front of the school gate, hoping that their parents will enter the school, and then they will run and hug their parents, you know. So we were standing there, and in the beginning, in the morning, we're over 50 of us, and that's how throughout the day people's parents kept coming, and then they would leave and go and spend some time with them, and then we're there. And then I was there throughout the day hoping that my parents would come from morning to evening, and nobody visited me on my very first visiting Sunday in a boarding school.
The next question on my list says, how was the food in your school? Any story? In my school we had diversity, but we don't want to catch you eating potato, we don't want to catch you eating spaghetti, we don't want to catch you drinking tea. Don't eat too much. Like when you're eating, you need to eat small. You're eating empty rice, Robin. If you eat dry bread, Robin, Robin, you really just have to protect your image.
Hello everybody, hope you all are doing great. My name is Boomer Brian, and I attended St. Joseph Cali Comprehensive College. How was food in our school? I would say compared to all other Cali schools, because St. Joseph had arguably the best menu. Why? Because we had like a wide variety of quality meals. And also, when we used to do these Catholic education games, we'll go visiting the other Cali schools. When we get to the refectory, whatever they present to us, gosh, it's no match to what we ate back in school. And when they came to school, to our school, that's St. Joseph, they too, the way they used to eat our meal, it shows that they never ate something like that back home. Although dashi and chicken, like it was a normal routine. Then we used to do noodles, like it was the only boarding school that did noodles. So St. Joseph #1 in that aspect.
The next says, how was stealing handled in school? Any story? So this was very, very rampant. You take your uniform, you go and dry your uniform, and then you want to come back, like the whole dry line is clear. You're like, wow, did I use another dry line? You do your laundry, and by the time you want to come on the line, hey, nothing. You know, I say from your bra to your boat, no, never ever dry your bow tie. Like, you don't ever try it. Bow tie was the highest thing that they steal, because even me, I stole a bow tie once and I was caught. Somebody will steal your uniform and go and untack your name from it and write their own name on it. And then you just become uniformless.
Stealing handled in school. Well, when I was going to Form 1, the advice my aunt gave me is that if they steal your dress or your skirt, just enter under the drying line and take another person's one. So that's just how we're ensuring things back then. When they steal your skirt, just pass to another person's one.
Stealing is rampant in boarding schools. Stealing is so rampant to the point that when something gets missing, you cannot make a fuss about it. Don't make too much noise about it. You either find it or you replace it. Now, some people replace their stuff with other people's stuff. So when somebody's stuff got stolen, maybe they will just take another person's thing, or to replace theirs. Some other people will just cry, curse, threaten, promise hell on earth to the thief, but just end up buying new stuff.
The next topic on my list is initiation stories.
Hello, good evening. My name is Victorine Bih of St. Joseph's Cali Comprehensive College, the 2004 entry batch. A lot of things that happened in school, but one thing I can never ever forget. There was this girl who claimed she was into witchcraft, which only got serious after my problem with her. So I got into some trouble with her, and then she tapped on my stomach 3 times. Pap, I've taken your womb. You don't have a womb again. You will not have children. You will not menstruate. I went on my knees. I prayed very well before going for lunch. I said I would thunder her and she would give my womb with her when I would not even beg her. My friends were like, I should go and beg. I said I cannot beg. They went and begged for me. And then she claimed she had given me back my womb. After that incident, till from 3rd term, when I started menstruating, I was traumatized. I could not believe. In fact, I lost faith. The little faith I had that day, I was praying, disappeared somewhere along the line, because I could not understand why every other girl in my class was menstruating and I was not. I became fully convinced that whatever she claimed she did to me, she actually did. And anyway, we shall end it up in a fast.
About witchcraft, I cannot really talk much on it because I don't have the gist, I don't have the core. But for kosh, many people usually speak about kosh until there was one time the conversations about kosh was too much until I heard kosh. I don't know whether it's my imagination or what, but I just shook in the middle of the night. I was not asleep after I started hearing kosh. I was just praying in my heart too. At like 5 o'clock, they rang the bell. I was like, thank God.
Initiation stories, witchcraft stories. I am still scarred by some of the things I heard, but I'm going to tell you the experience that lived with me forever. My very first day, Form 1, first night in boarding school, they told me that you cannot sleep on your back with your chest facing up. That if you do that, witches in the area can come cut your heart open in the middle of the night and take your heart out. Like they can cut your chest open and take your heart out. First day, I have never heard a witchcraft story in my entire life. I don't think those kind of stories circulated in Yaoundé.
Some of the times when we used to stay in the dorm at night, during preps, you are just going to hear in the box room, kosh. I'll be like, this is not that kosh. Oh my god. Types of punishment and any story.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Crystal, and I just want to say thank you very much, Vicky, for giving me the opportunity to talk about St. Joseph. There was punishment within the school and punishment outside of the school. So we usually had this thing called suspension. So you're either suspended and you stay in school on campus and work farm, or you're suspended and you go home. I prefer suspension outside of the school. At least I know that they'll score at me the first day, and after that I can eat my jollof rice, I can watch my movie and chill. But I remember that one time where Christelle slapped SP and she collapsed. No, just imagine the gods. There was no way. I knew I was dismissed in St. Joseph. I knew I was gone for good.
Guys, let me just say this. It was in front of me that Christelle slapped. It was the SP, the senior prefect. It wasn't the assistant, Jane Francis. Oh my God. I was being rude. They were like, oh my God, dead classmate. One classmate dead.
But guess what? They gave me 8-day suspension in the school. Only the first 2 days that I worked the farm, I called sick for my skin. I was sick. Go infirmary, go tell them, say I'm sick. Take temperature. I'm hot. I'm probably my 90-something% right now. I need to go home. Say me right note because I know fit. Then I went to the principal. I was like, Prissy, I'm not feeling fine. Look at all the rashes that are coming out from my body. I've been working the farm. Prissy said, go to the infirmary. Let the nurse take care of you and then you come back and continue as 8-day suspension.
Hello guys, go St. Joseph Catholic Comprehensive College, Bangui. Types of punishment administered in school. We get to our brother, but understand one task. The knack winner with horse whip. So no, when you ever to say black man, black man if it's with that kind of that man will show me. They make me for crawl from girls' dorm to up school. You should imagine, we stone them, and then you go for 5 o'clock to go work farm. Nah, it was not easy now. So the way you want to commit crime with the chick, your head the chick.
Oh my God, the highest that I did was working in the school farm. There was a year like in lower C, that's 2010. I'll tell you that I spent my lower C in the school farm, out of school, like in the house, in the dormitory. Like my results were crazy. My dad was like, oh my God, I have wasted money. I have really wasted money. You're going to GB, you want to take me to GB? I was like, hey, please, don't do this to me. I'm just going to be, I'll be a Malian.
Hiya, good afternoon. I'm called Salome and I'm an ex-student of St. Joseph College in Bangui. So while in Bangui, we had punishments from like different bodies. We had punishments from the school administration and the student government. Real flogging too was going on as punishment in school. And from the side of the student body, you also had punishments like picking a pin, mounting the table, like going to fetch water for elder students and all of that. So now, my own experience back in school, I wouldn't forget, was once we got into a crime and the senior prefect then reported us to the discipline master. We were about 4 or 6 of us and we were asked to clean the whole refectory and hall for 8 days. You can imagine, like, if we're in Bangui, you know how cleaning from the hall and coming down to the refectory, we did that for 8 days. It was so stressful. Like, I felt like the world was coming to an end. I was crying every day. Then I also had a quarrel with our dormitory captain and I was asked to sleep under the bed. So I slept that night under the bed and the dormitory captain was sleeping not like bunk bed, and no, I was sleeping under the whole night till morning. I cried. I really did not really feel bad because when I was going to the higher class and I was a prefect, I was like doing that back to people. I asked people to mount the tables, pick your pins, sit on the floor and all of that.
Best memory. Do I have a best memory? I really just loved when we came together and we used to gist, we used to discuss, like when they punish a lot of people, stories in the farm. Oh, my school has always been very musical. So when something happens to somebody, we try to put it in the form of music so that during our timeout, we're going to sing your name and we're going to be dancing. I had one of my classmates who drank Parazone. Like, she was depressed, she drank Parazone, she wanted to die. They created a song out of it. They created a song and they were singing it while she was there. To her face, the song was, drink more Parazone, drink more Parazone. Yeah. Then we had another classmate, her name was Yaya Yesun Wolani. So her name was just musical, so they had to add her name to the anthem. And then any crazy thing you did, they will add your name to the anthem. So the song was Yaya Yesun Wolani, Ewolani. Chopo. Dego, Santiwa Moko. They used to shave our hair in school and they would shave it terribly. So she sat now in the dorm. She was in Chanel dorm. She sat in the dorm and she shaved her hair and some other people's hair. And then they added her in the anthem for shaving. So you just added Shika, Chanel Baba. I really used to enjoy the times when we just sat down, we're creative, we laugh at each other. It was fun, especially if they are not laughing at you. My worst memory.
I'm Frank. I went to boarding school at a very tender age, around 10, 11. I had a lot of traumatic experience. And so one of the experiences I want to share is when I was asked to work punishment, and the punishment was to stoop on the pit toilet for close to 3-4 hours. I was stooping on my face was at the head of the pit toilet. I was inhaling all the smell, all the nasty odor from the toilet. You can imagine. I feel like that was one of my worst experiences in boarding school. That night I slept, I cried, I felt like I should leave boarding school.
My worst memory was oh my god, waking up for prayers. We used to wake up every day 5 a.m. You just hear the bell, ging, 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 ging. Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with you. Like you just gotta recite things. I'm not even slept safe. I did not just like it. You had to do this activity at this time. Like, oh my god, the pressure was just too much. They ring the bell, ging, ging, we're just like prisoners. You just hear the bell, ding, 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 ding. Refectory. Everybody has to go to the ref. If not, Brother Stan. Oh my god, I hated Brother Stan. I hated him. Oh my god. He brought horse whip. This whip they beat horses with. That's what he was beating us with. And then it just made, at some point of my life, I was just immune to pain. Like when you just want to beat, I'll just send my hand like that. I think most of my classmates used to do it. Like we're trying to get back at the brothers for the harsh punishment they were giving us. So when they say, come, show your hand, 10 strokes, you just be like. I remember one day when we all planned that we we're going to take our strokes on one hand. Ramatu just came to it. Just like, the guy wants me. We're like, no. Betrayal. This is beautiful in your time. Power. Math teachers. Like, okay, I went to St. Joseph. My little sister she went to PSS and then she went to St. Joseph too. So she knows St. Joseph is for the top.
Me until I told him that wait.
Wait.
I said wait.
I said
wait. What is it? I said wait. And I didn't take the rest of the strokes.
You just said wait.
I said wait.
There were 2 seasons in my school. The season of abundance and the season of famine. We used to call season of famine Tolambo. One of the reasons why I don't like school at all. During Tolambo season, I've been taking you to the lawn in the house, right? We used to eat that grass. We used to call it Tolambo grass. Like it has some roots that when you're hungry and you eat it, it really makes sense. During Tolambo period, you open your trunk, you just see how a butterfly will just fly out. A moth, you'll be like, hey! Other boarding schools, you're allowed to bring Gary. But my principal used to say this thing about sister colleges. Because of something that some Lord girls did, some Lord students did, they refused Gary from all Catholic schools. Now when we went to school, we heard stories of how Lord's girls used to take Gary to soak in water, and then they'll take the water of the Gary and drop in their eyes so that they'll have eye problems, and then they're going to give them glasses. What we heard is a disclaimer. I'm not the one that said it, but because of that, all Catholic schools decided to ban Gary. Like you're banning Gary. That what should children come and eat? Like that's one of the things I really hated about my school, because Gary is the one thing that you're going to eat and you're going to be satisfied, which is not very expensive. You get, but then they expected us to buy cornflakes, chips. Those were expensive things. Another thing I loved about school was socials. I used to love socials. Hey! Dun, 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 dun. Akem Bernard. There was one boy in my school, his name was Akem Bernard. You just hear dun 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 dun. Akem Bernard. Dun 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 dun. Hey! Dun. Tolega. Santi Mama. You just see how everybody will just take their pullover latte and put my ear like that. Dorcas. Dorcas used to, because Dorcas was one of the good dancers, okay? She was one of the good dancers. For me, myself, Ching Josephine, but we had to dance because dance was good. You see how Dorcas would push people, let me hold you. You see her, turn. Be like, ha! What manner of dance is this? When we are behind, we're doing. Like the boys is just come like that, and then we just see them coming there. You just say, hey, bad boys, and then you got some people dancing that like this, and I'll be like, ha! So your parents sent you to school for this kind of madness? You're a bad child. Yeah, that was until I had a boyfriend. But my boyfriend used to like to dance, but with some other girls who knew how to dance. Yes. And then I got to one class, like during socials, like when I just had enough, I was just like, okay, this dance is not for me. Like during socials, myself and the Clarice we'll just go, because they used to push the benches of the refectory. They used to open like the refectory, put the tables on tables. We'll just go under the table and sleep on the depressed days. I just want to appreciate all my classmates who took time to just explain some of their stories here. Thank you all so much. It means a lot to me. If this video was fun to you, if it made sense to you, please give it a thumbs up. I will see you all in my next video. Bye bye.